What's going on? What's going on, brothers? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. We are here for yet another Future Classic live stream. First and foremost, if you're here in the live stream chat, please press a 1 in the live stream chat. Mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2. How is my audio? How is the production quality? Press a 1 in the live stream chat. That'd be greatly appreciated. Who is here in the building? Who's here? Okay. Press on 1 if you can hear me loud and clear. Mr. Daniel, is my audio good on your end?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, awesome. Just gotta make sure our viewers can hear me loud and clear, and there's no technical issues while we're streaming at the moment. So who's here? Anyone here? Base Pill Clips, thanks for confirming. Okay, awesome. So let's get straight into it. So brothers, thank you very much for another Future Classic live stream. I'm your host, Mr. International Passport. First and foremost, make sure you hit the like button, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donations. Join the Patreon, book your IT consultations with me for IT guidance and IT career advice. And of course, cop the merch too. But join the Patreon for intel on foreign women, stocks, crypto, and how freaky Japanese women are in the bedroom. That's intel for you brothers, okay? So let's get straight into it, okay? So today, brothers, we got a very special guest here called Mr. Daniel, okay, who is here to break down his experience in Japan recently. But before we break that down even further, Daniel, how you doing today, bro? You good?
Yes.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, Daniel. Daniel, give us a brief intro about who you are, where you're from, and anything interesting about you, bro.
Well, I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina, and my interest in Japan started by happenstance via my mother's sister, who was in Asian major studies back in the early 70s. So we're talking about 1975, and so when I first got exposed to Japanese culture, I didn't even know who they were. Like my aunt had to tell me they were Japanese, and as being very inquisitive and we were kind of sheltered in a way, so we had to concentrate on education. So we did nothing but books. So, uh, long story short, I got my experience with Japanese culture via like my aunt and her admiration for the culture, and also she's a big science fiction fan. So whenever there would be science fiction stuff on TV, she'd go, "Oh, look, this is on," and so we ask a bunch of questions. And so we just went to the library, started getting books. In the beginning, I started to learn Cantonese because I thought that I didn't know the difference between Japanese and Chinese because I was only in the fifth grade. So my teacher changed my mind about that, and I began to study Japanese. And so they courted me through school, uh, noticing that my interest in Asian studies, and I was chosen to be in a magnet school by help of people in my community, and that's how I started my Japanese studies. But at the same time, I'm a musician. Um, my band's been around for about 23 years. We're in a rock band. Uh, I don't know if you're familiar with bands like Cocteau Twins,
Oh,
Pixies.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Pixies, yeah.
our first album was recorded in England in 1989, and we were produced by Robin Guthrie, who was the guitar player for the Cocteau Twins. So that album was never released. We just released it last year, and we toured the United States with bands like Brian Jonestown Massacre. We're getting ready to go on tour with the Chameleons, uh, Modern English, they're good friends of ours, Lush. So I'm I'm basically an artsy kind of guy. So which is kind of different from anything that I've seen on Passport Bros, and that's which is kind of I'm glad he chose to let me speak. But basically that's who I am, and but other than that, as I got older, music took over. Japanese studies kind of went by the wayside, and you know that's it. My experience with reconnecting with Japanese culture is another story. But go ahead, you can ask.
So, brother, are you telling me the producer of the Pixies produced your album?
No. The producer of the Cocteau Twins,
Produced your
Robin
album?
Guthrie. Yeah, Robin Guthrie. Yeah.
Oh, wow, bro, that's big, bro. Jeez,
I mean,
amazing, brother.
yeah, I'm a struggling artist still, but you know what? I haven't given up.
Yeah, brother, can we brother, make sure you send me your music so I can share with the brothers during the
Sure,
stream. Okay?
sure. I'd
Yeah,
love to.
awesome, bro. Thank you very much. Share
Of
with me
course,
on IG or on the
of
private
course.
chat. I'll post it on the channel so brothers can check your music, brother. That'd be
For
awesome.
sure.
So,
Okay.
brother, you were in Japan recently,
Yeah.
um, brother, and obviously we spoke, right? Japan was so good for you. Is at a point where you want to sell everything in America and start a new life
Uh,
in Japan, brother, right?
exactly.
So, tell us about your Japan trip. Why did you go to Japan recently? What was the reason why?
Well, I've been to Japan maybe a total of now like maybe 5 times, but each time it was never really right. I remember the first time going there with no expectation. Well, actually, yeah, I started going with expectations, but as I began to go there, it was the year 2000. It was right before uh, the bigger, well, long before anybody, no earthquake or anything. But anyway, and I was going to go to Fukushima, and Fukushima was where the big earthquake happened, right? So I was
Hmm.
going there, and with a friend of mine, it was my first time, and the guy we stayed with was a karaoke champion, right? And we would help his take care of his daughter when he was at work, but 'cause, this and that, and teaching her English and whatnot. And that was my first time going there. Um, but it was never really quite right. Every time I went up until now was just right. And I can't explain it, but uh, this time the connection with going there and actually getting to stay longer than like 4 days or a week had a huge impact on me that I hadn't thought about since I was in elementary school. Because for a long time I was really turned off uh, by Japanese people that I had met in New York. You know, uh, it was around the time when hip hop was really big. You know, and I was pretty naive about in a way kind of idolizing Japanese people in a way uh, that someone who doesn't really know a lot about different people's culture. I was kind of taking it on a surface basis without really getting. I can't really explain, but these people didn't want to talk about anything about where they came from. They didn't like talking about Japan. They didn't like you speaking to them in Japanese. This would be random people in the city in New York, and it was very strange. And for a long time, every person that I had met almost in New York had been like that. So I was turned off for a long time, and it took me a while to get back into it. And in our band, our um, our guitar player is Japanese, and he'd always go, "No, no, 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 you got to go there. This that's not real. This isn't real." And and he was right. But now, mind you, n- not every Japanese I had met around that time was like that, but it was by and large, that was my experience, and this time, in comparison to that, was just staying there and really immersing myself just every day, and yeah, it's but ask away, but that's how I kind of felt.
Okay, so this time around, right? Tell us, like, okay, so what was good about Japan when you went there this time around, right? What went really well for you? Was it the people? Was it a woman? Was it what you experienced? Can you give us some details as to just how good Japan was for you, brother?
Well, initially, we were brought over there by someone. They paid for everything, and and my brother and I had been we had been told that they were going to, hey, yeah, they want us to come to Japan and play at a wedding and blah 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 blah. I mean, and my brother, me and my brother, we were like, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. And it was we were told maybe like 9 months ago. But as time got closer, they kept going, yeah, well, they want us to come. And we were like, yeah, because we were like, yeah, whatever. It's gonna suck, and they're gonna be all stuck up and blah 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 blah. And so we really run into the idea. We're kind of into it, but slowly growing into it. But as we started getting closer, and our guitar player was like, no, it's not going to be that way. Believe me, believe me. As we got closer to the date, we began to get more into it, uh, and when we got there, our feet never touched the ground. The people that were hosting us were from our guitar slash bass player's house, hometown. called Imari, and Imari is in the southern island of Kyushu. Kyushu, which is capital is Saga. Saga is the state. Saga is the capital. Imari is one of the counties, as we call them here in the United States, that Hayato was from. Very small town, known for uh, like pottery and that type of thing. Because if you know, in the beginning, in Jomon era in Japan, a lot of the artifacts they show were a lot of pottery and that type of thing. Those were some of the first things I learned about Japan. So my bass player's hometown is where some of that probably began. So anyway, they were there. The people were kind. Uh, they were welcoming, and the thing about it is, it's just like interacting with them. Japanese aren't very huggy people, and I guess it's kind of like cats. You know how, like, if you walk into a room and uh and there's a cat or a dog, they they know that you don't like them. It's
Yeah.
kind of, I think with Japanese, they know people who are full of shit, and they just, me and my brother are so, we were so entrenched in Japanese culture, and we were very honest and very outwardly honest and very respectful. um, they really, they appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't do it out of worshiping anything, but it was just common sense. And I think they really appreciate it. And I think wherever you go in the world, if you just make an effort to learn something about someone else's culture other than yourself, that says a lot. And I think they saw that in us, and we got nothing but love. It was really great. And I told a lot of people that, like, I was like, yeah, man, it was great, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, man, but you don't know what it's like to be there for a long time. I'm like, I hear shit like that all the time, man.
Language,
But
bro.
sorry. Oh, I hear stuff like that all the time. But it's like, nah, it was beyond, man. And it just ricocheting off the way that we were treated was the day-to-day life in the surroundings in Japan, especially in the South where we were at, is that the consideration for the next person goes a long way. Like like the bathrooms, you could like eat ice cream off of them. It was so clean. And it's like, yeah, dude, I wanted to camp out in one. And it was just like, and then and then we came back to America. We were in San Francisco. I was at a bus station. I went to the bathroom. It was just, I almost cried. It's just like the culture shock was just immense. But the surroundings, and there are no trash cans, so you have to take accountability for what you do in public when other people are involved. It's kind of a strange type of like networking of understood, to have a common uh, respect for your surroundings, so the other person can enjoy it. America is very chaotic. No, and no one really cares because they didn't care from the beginning. So it's kind of like entrenched in our culture to not really care. You know, but that's one of the biggest things I got, man. Just how to have a decent respect for your fellow person. And it was really like kind of emotionally jarring to me, because when I came back home, it was just like we were hit with all this, like, the political stuff here, and it's just like, it was just, so when you ask about my experience, this is how much it affected me. You know what I'm saying? I was really, at my age, I was not touched, but just really, uh, I, I guess I can say, it changed my attitude. You know, like when we went over there, in certain spaces you can't be really loud. Like on the elevator, you'll see a sign that says no talking or no loud talking. I had to tell my brother, you can't, because my brother's from New York. He stays in New York, even though we're twins. He's very loud. You can't be like that here. It's kind of like a respected space, and I kind of get it. So for me, it was kind of like that. I really
Wow.
I really didn't take advantage, because right now, in from my point of view, the Japanese yen is very good, and it's very strange because you saw a lot of foreigners over there. And we talked about it earlier. There were a lot of Indians and there were a lot of Europeans, right? And they're all coming to buy up these properties because the Japanese aren't really having babies anymore. Which is I saw babies everywhere. Oh, there was what? But my point is that there's an influx of foreigners, and there's a not a ripple, it's a ripple of resentment I see in some areas because of the way they're coming over, blatantly just kind of disrespecting, you know, the typical things that they do there. Which not all of them, but I've seen some things. You know how you look online, they go, yeah, well, foreigners are coming here, but it varies from person to person. But my surprise was that there are a lot of foreigners there, especially Indian people. I think they might have like a pact of some sort, because they're working at convenience stores. I thought the Indian dude was there, just talking, just yammering off Japanese. I was like, whoa. And it's really cool to see because you see that Japan's landscape is changing because they need people to work because of the population. And going back to what I said about foreigners buying up all these places, they're called IKEA. So everybody always knows that they're abandoned houses, and some of them are palaces, but the family doesn't want to deal with them, and they go into disarray, and then they're up for grabs, and there are a lot of them, and people are buying them for dirt cheap because of the dollar. But my point was is that my fear is that there'll be like all these people coming in, and they'll like you'll see things on like YouTube. I bought like 5 IKEAs. Now I'm going to flip them and this type of thing. That type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it seems kind of like to a Japanese person, they're like, well, they come into my country and they can do this and this and that, and here I am making $7 an hour. The average Japanese person doesn't make a lot of money, which is I was really surprised about. You know, so there's a kind of a strange, uh, not depression there, but because of the dollar is so low, it's a strange feeling I got over there actually when you talked about it.
Wow. So let me ask this right, brother. Right. So you mentioned that there's a lot of Indians there in Japan.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
do Indians, in my opinion, right? I think there's a huge anti-black sentiment amongst Indians. I think brothers in the
of
chat
course.
will disagree with me as well. When you were in
Uh,
Japan, right? How did Indians treat you as a black man? Was there racism towards you by Indians in Japan? Did you
no,
feel animosity or any sort of like weirdness from them? Keep it real.
no, actually, there were. I was just surprised there were a lot of them there because my daughter's mom is Indian. They're Indian and they hated me. So you talking to an experienced guy. Um, and they can be very nasty. But you can't. I'm not generalizing per se, but that is the general image of you know relations with black people that I have seen, and but no, they usually were in groups, and I even though I speak a little Hindi and said good morning, they pretty much ignored me. But that's okay because I'm in Japan, not India.
Wow. How did that even happen? Okay, interesting.
No, I mean
Um, so, Bobby, so you're telling me that Indians were all over the convenience stores, 7-Elevens,
yeah,
KFC,
it was
McDonald's.
cool, but yeah, yeah, like at the airport, like major airports, it was. I mean, it was great to see. It was like so very surprising.
What's going on there? Like same in the UK too. They're deep in
Well, that's what I'm.
KFC, crispy creams. I mean, but obviously, but right, keeping it real, right? Like, is something going on there? Something nefarious going on there? Because how can it be all Indians working in these places, right? What about black people working there? What about white people working there? What about
Oh
Japanese
yeah,
working there? Arabs? It
I
can't
saw.
just be all Indians. I'm pretty sure that's discriminatory, brother.
No, 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 no. I there is a good Indian population there in the airport and like the convenience stores and like I mean different jobs. Like I'd be like, wow. But because that shows that, Japan is in a situation where they need people to work and they must have some sort of, you know, something going on with India where they're having to have a lot of people there. And I think they need a lot of foreign help. It's not discriminatory to observe there's a strange amount of a foreign uh, other foreigners in a country just mostly Japanese. That's just a observance. But I did find it very odd.
Yeah. it's not crying. It's talking about how how they do things and how
Mm,
if they become managers or directors. And I've seen it in the UK myself.
mm,
They block black men from jobs. It's happening in America too, in the Silicon Valley tech scene. It's happening in the Seattle tech scene. So, in my opinion, right, like
mm.
I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing because you come to the UK, they become managers. They only hire their own people, right? And to me, that is racist.
Mm. Well, I'm not quite sure about what happens in the UK, but I know for a fact in Japan, uh, I've heard all kinds of stories about brothers being in those kind of jobs and glass ceilings and things of the like, but not from Indian people. I mean, I'm pretty sure, given time, it might happen, but I'm not quite sure about that. I mean, the
Okay,
UK, there's a very big Indian population in the UK. I know that, well, yeah, but I didn't know all that.
okay, bro. All right. So next question for you, brother. Right. So now what does Japan do better than America? So you said to me that you're planning to sell everything in America and move to Japan. What does
Yes.
Japan do better than America that made you say to yourself, "I'm leaving America for good"?
Well, it's kind of like, the guy, Ranzo, who has a TV show, look, a YouTube show called The Blackest Spring of Japan. Every time he's interviews a brother on there, it's just like, well, what does Japan have for you that you don't have in America? It allows you to recreate yourself and actually be what you want to be. There's not somebody always bringing up something. Oh, well, you remember you did that. Might want to take a chance like that. It's none of that bullshit. I mean, none of that stuff. It's more encouraging if they're really into it and they're very supportive. I can't say it enough. You know, and by and far, it's safe. It offers safety. I don't have to worry about going into the convenience store getting sprayed with a military rifle. I don't have to go worry about being in the mall or wherever and getting sprayed. Who wants to deal with that? So yes, that is what I liked about Japan: the safety and the ability to be what I wanted to be.
Amazing. Hold on, bro. Bubble Guppy says in Seattle, it's Indians and Japanese people higher in the tech scene. Bubble Guppy, tell me how they treat black men. I guarantee you they lock out black men from these tech jobs in Seattle. I've heard it, and I'm
Mm.
sure it's the case. Let me know what's happening there with black people in the tech scene in Seattle, bro. And keep it real with me, please. So, next question for you, brother. Right. So, now, brother, I want to speak to you about properties in Japan, right?
Mm.
The IKEAs, right? Um, so, brother, I'm assuming that you want to eventually purchase one. What's your plan in
Yes.
purchasing one? How will you purchase it? Who you going to talk to? Break it down for me, bro.
Well, I mean, when I was surprised to hear about it, how it was happening, and so I just did research. And when I went there, I just started asking questions. And um, initially, I had to save to get one, but right now you can look in the city councils of, of the prefecture or whatever, and find out what properties are available in, like, for example, if you go to Imari City, you'll see something housing, you'll see all kinds of categories that allow you to look up these type of things. And IKEA are listed on some of them. Uh, my idea would be just to get a space down there and try to maybe open a gallery of some sort. It would allow me to uh, possibly own something before I leave this planet. Um, there are brokers that do it, and they're all over Instagram.
Awesome, bro. Okay. So, brother, your plan is to set up a base there, buy one
Yeah,
of the IKEAs. Um, Awesome, bro. Brother, I think it's crazy how cheap they are. 'Cause I looked at
yeah.
some prices, 20 grand,
You see what I'm
$25,000,
saying?
$30,000. That's
Right.
insane.
But what I worry about is, like I said earlier, is that, like me included, I'm no special to any other foreigner coming over there, but the influx of foreigners coming to Japan, and how can is it selfish to say making it harder for others, or making it difficult for others to come if they if they don't abide by certain rules or whatever. You know, I kind of it's kind of hard for me to put it in words. Um, I worry about like a backlash of this because you remember people always say, "Well, you know, Berlin used to be the place back then." You know, then they go, "Well, no, it's Greece now." You know what I'm saying? I
Mm.
don't know if you noticed that Berlin was the place at one point. Then it was Greece, okay, and now it's Portugal and Italy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you hear it through a lot of artists. I hear a lot because I hear a lot of people moving because they don't want to be here with Trump. You know, which is one of the reasons why I'm leaving too. So
Okay. Okay. So, brother, when it came to women in Japan, right? Tell me how they looked at you, how they treated you, were they checking for you? You know, did they show you love? Break it down for me, bro.
well, it was really strange because first off, I thought that the Japanese would probably be dressed like us because we don't really dress like we don't wear baseball caps, knee shorts, or t-shirts. We're musicians, we dress like musicians, right? So we got a lot of attention from that in Japan, from guys and girls. And if it was girls, yeah, they was on it. And what I love most about Japan that the women were very feminine. They were very feminine, and their and just everything that they did. It was just a femininity about Japanese women that's unsurpassed. And watching the way that they assert themselves, not being like the myth that they're very subservient, blah blah. They're not like that at all. Don't let people fool you about Japan. They're not. They're completely not like that. They will. They're just like any other woman. And put it this way, they're not stupid. Uh, but I really didn't have a chance to uh, to scope out like I wanted because we were playing every night. But the women that I did meet in while on they were amazing. They were amazing. But another thing is what I saw was like for example, I saw some other we be playing and there'd be brothers in the audience. I would ask how they did it. They were like, "Yo, dude, just be yourself. Just come be yourself." And and they were like, the ones that I did meet in the clubs where we played were really encouraging. I even had a brother that's been there for almost 23 years. He was in the military, of course. He stayed. He's got his business there now. Another guy played drums with Disney. He's there. He's got a girl now, and he's doing good. They all got Japanese wives, and they're happy than a runaway slave.
So, brother,
So,
you said that. You said
huh?
that. You said don't believe what they say about Japanese women. Do you mean elaborating by that, bro?
Yeah, what?
You know, you said don't believe what they say about Japanese
Oh,
chicks.
you know how they
What
always
do
talk
you-
about Japanese women are subservient, they're docile. I mean, they're docile in essence, but not attitude. They're they're not. They're just not the image that you give them. Like they're very, come on, come on. They're not all like that. I mean, who wants? They don't want one under airheaded. But there are a lot of very uh, they're feminine at the same time, but they have a control and attentiveness of their person that is very attractive and it's very subtle and it's very alluring. Just the way that they carry themselves, their presentation. You know, I mean, I don't want to get in trouble, but it's just like just the way that they dressed. It was, you know, it was really cool.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So now, brother, the plan is for you to sell everything in America. So is there a timeline as to when that's going to happen? Is that
March,
starting this year? No. Okay.
I got you. I'm way ahead of you.
So
I
with
had
that,
planned that.
go on.
I'm sorry. I had planned that when you come into the airport and it says "Welcome back." What does it say to you when you come back to Britain? What does it say? Does it say "Welcome back to Britain"?
Yeah.
When I saw Welcome to the United States," I went, I made my mind right then. I'm out of here.
So you're gonna sell everything you own,
Yes,
uh, uh, starting from March, and so from now to March, we be looking at IKEAs to buy.
I've been looking at them already. Um, My plan is to have things shipped to Japan because I have a lot of. I mean, I used to work in antiques in New York. I used to live in Harlem about like 9 years ago, and I've acquired a lot of junk that I'm attached to. So I'm all about interior, that type of thing like that. So I'll probably have some things shipped ahead of time, and I got a bunch of guitars, you know, things like that. So that's my plan. But they say if you do a lot of IKEA research, you can you can have a realtor look for you while you're there. You can do it while but I think it's best to be there. You can do that. You know,
Okay, so but you're looking now from the US, or are you in touch with a Japanese person right now to look for keys
I have
for you?
friends over there. I text and go, hey man, can you look at this for me? And then I just look online and then I send messages, things like that.
Okay, awesome, bro. So now, would you say that Japan made America look like a third world country?
Then right now,
Yeah.
oh yes, of course. In the way it treats its people, in the way they don't care about, I mean, I could easy, it's easy to trash my country, but some stuff is everything is true. You know, they, no, nobody cares. And look at the way our politics are. Not only are we a third world country, we're a laughing stock. We don't get out of this mess, but it just goes to show you the mentality. So I think I think so. Can't go outside. You're afraid of getting shot. You know, for fear, and then you got like a possibly having a dictator. Who wants that? So yeah, the answer is yes. They have.
Wow. Wow. That's insane. Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Bubble Guppy for the support. I intern for a company for 6 months called Databricks. The only other black man I saw came from San Francisco location to Seattle. 70% Indian, 30% East Asian. I told you, brothers, that's what they do.
Mm,
That's what they do. They gatekeep. They particularly Indians gatekeep, man. So when you see Indians taking over convenience stores, KFC, McDonald's, 7-Elevens, notice how there's not a single black person working with them. It's all Indian people. And no one's saying anything about that. Why won't
yeah.
Kamala Harris, who's Indian herself, right, call it out? She won't. That's my point here, bruv.
About it here in America?
Yeah, bro, in America. Why? We know for a fact that it's they do that, bro. They gatekeep, and they purposely don't hire non-Indians in jobs. That's racist, bro.
Mm,
But hold on, bro. But imagine in your profession right now as a musician, right?
hmm.
Okay, you're being blocked from bookings. You're being blocked,
We are. We
from
are.
all these things, right? But
We
you
do.
just say in general, right? Right, you're being blocked from going to Japan to perform there. You only want an Indian performer because the person in Japan who's Indian only wants to get Indian people over there. How would you feel about that, bro? It's,
Oh
it's,
no,
it's the same logic.
no, I know, but I can identify with it because it does happen. And me, a black rock band, I can't. I don't want to go into it because I'll start to get mad, and I can't talk about it without cursing. No, yeah, you're exactly right, but it happens a lot in my profession, especially in the indie profession. So
Insane, bruv. Like, so,
yeah.
so, so, so someone gotta, someone gotta call this out, man. In the election, like, someone's got to call it out. Like, it is unethical to be walking into convenience stores or any tech company in America, and it's all
Mm,
Indians and it's all East Asians, knowing that black men exist, knowing that Arabs exist, not knowing that other races of people exist. It can't just be all Indian and East Asians that dominate the tech
mm,
scene. It's,
mm,
it's it's ridiculous, bro. They're doing it on purpose. They're purposely
right.
blocking black men from wealth. Because guess what, bro? The money is in
Mm,
tech. The money is in tech, and
mm.
they're purposely blocking black people, black men, from getting that tech money.
Mm.
Unbelievable, bruv.
No, I had
I'm really
no idea about that.
Shout out to Mr. Akeem for the support. You said Japanese women are not subservient. Are they at least kind and respectful to their man? That's a question to you,
Yes,
bro.
yes,
Okay.
yes, but they're not. But they're not lap dogs. Like, if they do, if you do something stupid, they're gonna call you out. These just things they don't show you. You know, they're not gonna sit there and watch you disrespect them in public. They're gonna say something. You know, I mean, but they are by and large and respectful and like this, and they support you. Like, you know, in what you do. If you're doing something or you find a nice partner, from what I've seen, you know, nothing but love. You know,
Awesome.
uh, I I have a couple of friends who are artists that wife, you know, she works different job and he's an artist and they both have Japanese wives and I've never heard them say once, well, you need to get another job because you know this is too. I never heard that.
Wow. There you go. There you
Never.
go.
Seven
Wow.
Eleven.
So 7-Eleven close to me was ran by a black woman. Now I see Indian dudes. That's what they do, bruv.
What?
That's what they do. You know,
Okay.
this guy says here at IP, you have a victim mentality. If black men are being locked out of tech jobs, then let us create our own companies. Bro, come on, bro, can you have some flipping sense, bro? Can you have some sense? Like, first of all, right, to start your own tech company, you need to have funding.
Mm,
And you know that black men don't even get funded by
mm.
these top companies. You know that for a fact, bro.
But
Hold on, bro. Say, brother. Where on earth do black men get $1 million from or $5 million from to start a tech company? That's what we need nowadays. To start your own Facebook, your own Twitter, your own Instagram, your own Nvidia. Let's keep it real. What's going on? Like, can some of you brothers actually think for a minute and read and before you type something, think about what you what you're saying here. Hold on, bro. Right. So, for example, so let's say right, there's an Indian person, right? He works at Google. He gets paid right $150,000 a year. Plus, he gets stock options. What does that mean? He is given, let's say, $500,000 worth of stock options across 4 years. Okay, so that's around 135,000 he's going to get guaranteed every year. That's what I'm saying. So he can use that money to start something, but black men aren't given that opportunity. It's flipping ridiculous, bro. Go on, brother. Can you see something?
me?
Yeah, you see you gonna say something?
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, I'm in Research Triangle Park, and which is probably one of the biggest tech hubs um, in America. Uh, and I don't think we have that problem here in tech. I'm in downtown Raleigh, and we're the hub of technology in on the East Coast. But I know it does exist though, and you can compare it. Same thing you said, like in the music industry, especially what we do.
Facts, bro. Facts. You know, there are tons of articles out there that show black funders get less than 1% of VC funding. Black founders get less than 1% of VC funding. And this brother's talking about, hey, just start your own tech company. Just start your own tech company, as if that's the easiest thing in the whole flipping world.
Mm,
Wealth is being gatekept. Is being gatekept. Wealth is being gatekept by non-black people, and they are purposely stopping the advancement of black men in the West. There are many smart black men I've worked with that I know personally, and they have been stopped from reaching their true potential because they're black.
mm,
Race matters in this world, unfortunately. It's all about race. So
okay.
don't come up here with that kumbaya nonsense on this channel, bro. Don't come up here because guess what, right? All, all that kindness that black men have towards other people, that isn't being reciprocated back to us.
No, not at all.
It isn't.
No,
Black people are so nice to everyone, and but every other people, right? They don't even like us. I see in their eyes, bro. I see in their eyes.
I've seen it. I mean, we are very open to have we bring other people easily into us, but then it's not reciprocated. That's what you're saying. I
Yeah,
completely agree with that. Do you know the story of, well, I'm in North Carolina and it's South Carolina, and there is a church in South Carolina. I think it's in Columbia, and they were having a church meeting, and this young white guy walks in, and they invited him. They were like, well, he goes, I'm a stranger in town. He goes, well, come on in and have church with us. He goes, okay, fine, I'll be right back. It was like 6 church members, black church. Guy comes in, shoots all 7 of them.
I saw that. Yeah, I remember that.
Right? You
Yeah,
see it. You see how welcoming we are. You see how we invite, and this isn't coming from a victim mentality. I'm merely adding on to what you're saying about how welcoming we are as people. I see that.
facts. And if you also that, and that's why I'm a bit worried about Indians being in Japan deep like that, because I know how they move, bro. I know how they do things, right? The Indians are some of the most anti-black people on planet Earth. Indians and Chinese, the most anti-black people you will come across in your own lives.
Mm,
And I'm being serious here. So I get a bit worried when they're deep in India, they're deep in Japan. What on earth are they planning? Because they're some of the most anti-black people I've come across. I
mm,
don't care if they were born in America, in the UK. I know what's going on with them, bro. They see your skin color, they don't mess with you.
mm. Oh,
That's why,
well,
bro.
I've experienced it, of course.
Yeah, you know, you said you're married to an Indian woman before, right?
No, I'm not married to her. I have a child with one,
Yeah.
and
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 how do they treat you?
like shit. Parents
There you
hated
go.
me. Well, the mother did. The father was he come in with it. He want to take me out and get me drunk, but uh, yeah, the mother, forget about it. But the child, oh my god, yeah,
There you go, man. So, back to Japan. So,
yeah, please.
brother, tell me what you didn't like about Japan.
Not what I didn't like.
Yeah.
Um, well, it's not about not liking anything. It was I didn't like. Well, like I said, I mentioned before, there's a lot of pump and circumstance that goes on with the unknown understanding with the way of things work. You have to be really aware of that type of thing. And I didn't like the fact that I don't like the fact that sometimes in situations you have to consciously be like, is this right or is wrong? And they won't say anything. They'd rather smile and keep the peace rather than, not being like, hey, this is messed up. Like we did a show in Tokyo, and the club owner went out, and I didn't see him, and we went ahead and started. Now, ordinarily, I was like, hey, tell the DJ to stop. We want to play. Ordinarily, since things are really by the book, I shouldn't have done that. And the sound guy got angry. And at the end, I said, hey, man, I'm really sorry about that. And he goes, oh, no problem, no problem. Guitar pick comes over and goes, yeah, man, he was mad, blah, 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 blah. I was like, uh-huh. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing I didn't like. I don't like that sometimes they can't be really upfront, you know? But these are very few and far between things that you have to deal with. But it's just like getting used to learning about someone else's culture. Of course, is it a hassle? Yeah. But hey, what do you really? Okay, it's one thing. It may happen again, but it's a very understood you culture amongst themselves, the way things are done. And once you make a mistake, you're aware of it and you won't do it again. So that's kind of how I took it. I didn't take it personally, but that was the only thing that didn't rub me right. And I've dealt with that all my life, you know, dealing with Japanese people. Doesn't make them bad. Doesn't make them, you know, a-holes or anything. It's just a part of their culture that you have to be aware of. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Okay. But so how did the Europeans treat you there? You said there's a lot of Europeans out there in Japan as well. how did they treat you?
I wasn't really trying to hang out with Europeans or Indians. I was trying to hang out with Japanese people. But the ones that I did see, for example, there was one guy from Belgium. He came to one of our shows. He was like, "Dude, I just bought a house for $6 grand." I was like, "What?" And he showed me pictures. It was like an IKEA. And he goes, it was in disarray, but they let me live in it while I worked on it. I got subsidies from the government, blah, blah, blah. It was, it was really cool. But Kobe was where a lot of foreigners were. There were a lot of English. I met a lot of English there. They were really cool. We played in a small bar there, and it's owned by an English guy, I think. But that was really cool. Kobe is really more international, so there's a good balance. You know what I mean? And that was a good experience in itself.
Okay, interesting. So, Bobby, do you want to speak more about the subsidies that were given to that Belgian dude who bought that $6 grand? Was it so? So
I
hold
think
on, sorry, hold on, brother. So was it so? If he has an IKEA house, he can be in Japan forever, or 5 years max and leave the country. How does it work
I
over
think
there?
5 years max, and I think there's some other kind of details that I'm not quite sure of. I mean, if you marry somebody, it's different. But I think there are these things like, for example, uh, nomad visas. I think they're called. If you have an online job and you're working, making money, and you're making money in dollars and you're bringing in income. I think they work out stuff like that for tech heads. And I think there's, like, of course, like I said, marrying somebody. But there are things that I'm looking into right now. You can believe that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think we gotta do a stream on Indians and how they move, brothers. Press the one last in chat if you want that, brothers, in the future, because I'm not playing no games here. We gotta get to the top, and anyone that want to come against us, we gotta fight. We need to defend ourselves because we've been through a lot, right? I can't take it anymore. I just can't be. I can't let no mofo try and stop us or me from getting to the top when we're qualified, when we have the experience, when we have the knowledge, because we're black. That's not flying with me, brothers. We gotta call it out. So it's funny how why won't Joe Biden, Democrats, right, and liberals speak on this?
Because
I
they're
think
politically correct in the way that they have to
and
express it is
that's
not to hurt anybody's
uh,
feelings.
but and that's the problem right there, Daniel. That's a
Mhm.
problem right there, Daniel. I don't give a damn about political correctness anymore. We need to call out the BS for what it is, right? And if it takes Trump or some Republicans to tell us how it is, I think that's better, Daniel, because it's at a point where we know this is happening. We know that in San Francisco, in
With
Seattle,
Trump,
that Indians and whoever are locking black men out. And this country, America, has been
Trump,
run by Democrats for the past 4 years. In
hold on,
those
brother.
four
Trump,
years,
Trump will lock them up. You don't understand that.
bro, it's not, bro. I'm not saying lock anyone up, right? I'm saying right. There's something going on here when black men, right, are being blocked from success because they're black in certain aspects of the tech industry in America, and it's primarily happening by Indians and Chinese. Calling that out doesn't mean there's going to be an arrest. Calling it out will mean that we need to address it and have proper equality in these sectors.
Well, you don't look for that kind of answer from someone like Trump, because he's bent on getting rid of people that look like that, and you and me, out of here. So I
Bro,
don't
he
think that's
he
I don't
can't
think
get
that's
rid
very
of
logical.
he can't get rid of black Americans, but black Americans were born in America, black they're native in America, right, for
I know, but
centuries.
but yeah, but they're shooting us every day here. People are talking about Gaza and all this. One Jewish lady told me, she goes, "Well, where's the black community?" I was like, "We're getting too busy shot and killed here. What you talking about? Don't come at me with that, because I can go on for days. Before we think about anyone else, we got to stop being killed here. Lord knows the Palestinian conflict is a terrible thing. But I hate when they try to tell me what I'm supposed to do. Look, I'm a black American. You can't tell me nothing about this place I don't know about. So
But
when you talk about Trump,
it's not
you're gonna
me.
make it worse.
It's not me trying to tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, right? Like,
Oh, no, no, no,
you
no,
know,
no, 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 not you. I'm just
I'm
going
not.
expressing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general, right? Like, I think, right. being too politically correct, you know, being oh, I don't want to offend feelings, it's going too far, and things got to be called out for ways, bro. Because guess what, Daniel, right? I look at stats. It's saying that, you know, there'll be a huge wealth transfer, right, in the next 10, 15 years, 5 years, right, from boomers to millennials and Gen Z. Hardly any black men will get anything from their parents or grandparents, right? So it's like we are destined to being a permanent underclass. So no wealth from our parents or grandparents, nothing being passed down, right? Being locked out of tech by Indians and Chinese, you know. I mean, it's coming to a point where it's too much, bro. It's too much. And again, we have a leader, obviously, in America, because America does run the world. America is a very powerful country, and they won't call it out. Shout out to Mr. Guy Icadneo for the support. No disrespect. When will Passport OG on the show? Passport OG? Who's that? Passport OG. Let me see. Passport. Brother, yeah, I can't remember who that is. Who's that?
I don't know, but if
I'm
he's
not.
an OG, I want to meet him. Trying to learn a few things.
I can't remember who that is, man. I can't remember. Shout out to this guy for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Okay, awesome. So we got 10 minutes left. Okay. Should we open up the phone lines, Daniel, for questions for you? Is that okay with you?
Sure, I don't care.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. All right, so brothers, you want to call and ask any Daniel questions? He's got one out. He's got 10 minutes left. Thank you, Daniel, for an incredible stream so far, bro.
Oh,
So,
no,
brother,
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
what was your favorite what was your favorite city or cities in Japan, and tell us why, brother?
Nagoya. Nagoya was great, and we went to like the really well. There we know there are several. There's a time in Japan called Showa. Showa was basically probably like, I think was late 40s to maybe a couple, like maybe about 9 years ago. Because now it's Reiwa. There are periods in time. You know, they have Edo Jidai, Meiji Jidai. You know, then you have, if you have like Showa was probably was late 40s to, you know, I think it was like, I forgot when it was, but anyway, it was really like from the 60s and 70s. Looked really old. It was cool. There were like some cool like temples there, and amazing little shop. They always have these little cute shops, and down these narrowing roads that, you know, that were really interesting with traditional restaurants and people that were running them for, you could tell they had been there for ages, and just soaking up the culture of the city, that you could tell that it was a lot busier at one time, you know. But I really liked it. I think Nagoya was probably my favorite.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. And bro, what about food? Do you like,
It
how
was
was Japanese
cheap.
food for you out there?
It was cheap, and there was a lot of it. Whereas you have fast food chains in America, they had sushi chains that were like, you can just get. It's not like, it's not garbage. You know, it's like quality food. Like the 7-Eleven had quality food. You know, it's not like you going with Doritos and something that looks blue in a bottle and uh, potato chips and all that. It's not like that. But the food was exquisite. You know, I think I tried something new every day.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So you said it was very cheap there. So I'm guessing like your dollars, you felt like a rich man there in Japan.
I feel like a rich man, but you know, I didn't have that much money anyway. But it to eat and drink wasn't a lot of money. You know, it was. Uh, I can get away with coming home off $50 of hanging out one night, drinking and carrying on. It was really cool. We because you know we're typically at clubs, so we didn't really pay a lot. But when we went out, it was very inexpensive. We were in Shinjuku and uh, Koenji and Omotesando and places like that. Going out to eat and drink, it was really inexpensive.
Wow.
But and then we stayed in Shinjuku in a place called Manga Kisa. Manga Kisa is like a manga hotel. You know what manga is, right?
Yeah.
Where the hotel is filled with manga with some kind of food, and they have like a check-in place, and you stay in a hotel room and watch manga all night, and you can sleep there. That was kind of ill.
Awesome. Awesome, man.
Now wait,
Fantastic. Go on, B.
now are you in Japan right now?
No, no, I'm not, bro.
When are you planning on going?
As soon as all the kidding. I say I don't know yet, bro. I'm not too sure. I have no plans to go in Japan at the moment, brother.
Have you
Um,
been?
I've been there before. Yeah, I was there last year. It was amazing,
How was that?
amazing, bro. Best country I've been to so far.
Are you still in
Um,
touch with people there that you have met back then, or?
no, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I've not been in over a year now, so kind of lost touch with some people.
I see. Well, cool.
Yeah, definitely a good spot, man.
Yeah,
I don't think there'll be any callers, Daniel. Brothers, you want to
that's
call
cool.
in? Um, I know you're a busy, man, but I know you. So, Daniel, thank you for your time, brother. Do you have any closing statements before I drop you off?
No, I mean, I just if people go over there, just make an effort to learn the language and like be aware of your surroundings and how people act. It's just don't be a typical American, basically.
Wow, Daniel, hold on for a bit, yeah. So let me share this article with you, right? Um, because and this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like,
What's that?
it's in. Hold on. It's let me share my article. Let me share this. Let me share my screen. Present.
Sure.
Share screen. Share screen. Look at this, man. So you can see on the screen here, right? Indian business leader hopes more Indians work in Japan. Flipping heck, man. This guy said here, right? An
Go back. Go
Indian,
back. What does it say up
it
top?
says here, Indian business leader hopes
Yeah.
more young Indians work in Japan. But hold on, yeah.
See.
An Indian business leader has pledged to promote a sharp increase in the number of Indians working in Japan. Flipping heck. He says here, right? There are about 45,000 Indians working in Japan. We can increase the number
Told you.
to 450,000 in 3 to 5 years. Why on earth does Japan need 450,000 Indians in their own country? That's what I'm talking about, bruv. So you're telling me, right? The plan is to get almost 500,000 anti-black Indians in Japan in 3 to 5 years. Brother, let me tell you this right now: the more they come there, the more Japan will lose its quality, and you're going to see a lot of change or aggressiveness against black people, because India is an anti-black society, and I'm not paying, I'm not even joking about that. So a bunch of anti-black Indians will be all over Japan, right? Uh, nah, brother, I'm not going for that, man. Why? Why?
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know. I don't know. Well, to be honest, my in-laws they were teachers. They were English teachers in Japan. When I first I went to Kitakyushu in 2008, and they were working at a university there. I thought it was odd myself. So come to think of it,
Oh my goodness, man. This is just this is hmm, okay. Okay. All right, Daniel, thank you, brother, for your time. Much appreciated, bro.
yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, bro. Look after yourself, okay?
No doubt. Take care.
Let's speak soon.
Let's speak soon.
This is, brothers, you just seen that. Why does why does Japan need that much Indians? I don't get it, bruv. I don't flipping get it. Bubble Guppy, turn your camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll, please. And then you can turn it off after. Just gonna know that you're not a troll and you are a human being and you are a brother. It's all blacked out, bro. Yeah, you're good, brother. All right, brother. I'm gonna bring you on. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, you're good. Camera off. Thank you, brother. You're confirmed. Thank you, Bubble Guppy. Let me bring in Bubble Guppy in the background. Bubble Guppy, you just saw the article, right? I mean, I'm getting really frustrated, bruv. With these people. What's going on, Bubble Guppy? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing,
Yeah, I was actually I was gonna try to
brother?
ask.
Brother, sorry, brother. Can you get close to your mic? You're far away.
How about now? Is that good?
Much better, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna try to ask the guy, would it be easier to just go through to like a Japanese real estate company instead of an IKEA? Because they're cheap, but they're mostly in like really undesirable locations that are far away from everything, you know?
Mm.
So I wanted to ask him that. But I just saw that article you put up. 400,000? What the heck?
It's no, this is insane. Let me bring it up again, bro. Like, I mean, that's an absolute joke. Why does Japan need 400,000 Indians in the next 3 to 5 years? What's really going on there?
And it's like I get, yeah, okay, dwindling population, but 450,000, like, are these gonna be like, are they gonna be political leaders, like, or just like 450,000 new family marts are gonna open up? You know what I mean? Like, what, what's gonna happen?
I don't want that. He envisions a future where skilled Indians work in Japan. What?
What
No.
can they do that Japanese people can do?
Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Japan doesn't need that in any shape or form,
Yeah, they're
right?
only
Go on, bro.
is their population, but if they get that fixed, they don't need nobody.
Facts, man. I'd rather Japan gets a population fixed than bring in a whole bunch of 500,000 Indians there because I just know I know how they move, man. Like India is an anti-black society, unfortunately, right? Okay, we have a problem where in Silicon Valley, right, where in Seattle, major tech scenes in America, in UK, Canada, even in Canada, even in Toronto, Canada, black men have told me that Indians are actively oppressing black men in Canada. They block them from promotions. They block them from getting into tech interviews. Black men have told me that they've told me personally that when they go for an interview, right, they never get a job if it's an Indian hiring manager or recruiter, right, for the interview. Brothers have even told me that Indian people have purposely sabotaged interviews for black men by asking them hard questions or ask them questions that is not even in the job description. Okay. And I remember a brother told me that he had an Indian friend, right? And him and the Indian friend went for the same job. Okay. And the brother told me that um, you know, uh he was asked questions, right, that he thought were normal, but they were very hard. Okay. Then he asked his Indian friend, "Hey, were you also asked this question?" And the Indian friend was like, "What? No, that's not part of the job spec. Why did you ask that?" He's like, "What? He asked you that? He didn't ask you that, but he asked me that." That's how they do things, brothers. And guess who got the job? Guess who got the job? You know, this is what we're facing here, bruv. And Joe Biden, Kamala Harris won't speak on it, right? They won't speak on it. Now, I guarantee you, right, Trump is more than likely the person that will speak on this issue. And, maybe it's time that, black men step aside from this liberal stuff, from this Democratic Party stuff, right, and call it out for what it is. F all that political correctness, man. F all that, liberal stuff. We need the cold, true facts set out in public. And if Trump is a guy to say it, then guess what, brothers? You know who to vote for. You know who to vote for. Ain't that right, bro? Because enough is enough.
But see, that's the thing. Like, even if all black men were like, we need to make a change, it wouldn't matter because unfortunately, the only black voices that are heard are black women. And I'm sure you've heard of that Zoom call that they did. There's like over 100,000 black women, and they raised like $1 million for Kamala Harris overnight. It's
I, nah, bro. I don't. It's all media nonsense, man. I'll be with you. If Trump doesn't win the election, something's up
no,
because
yeah, I get it.
Kamala Harris is extremely unlikable. All right. Um, we know what she did against brothers in California. We know that. We know what she thinks. Like, she won't call out how Indians move in the US. She won't. Funny how Biden, Kamala, and the Democrats haven't called out how racist, right, the tech scene is. Funny how they haven't called it out. Funny how they haven't, right? I guarantee you, Trump is more than likely the person to call it out. Brian Michael, can you turn the camera on in the background so I know you're not a troll? Then you can turn it off after. Just gonna know that you're a human being. I'm not a bot.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really close. I couldn't tell you who would win though, because I don't know. Like people listen to the media, and the media is in favor of Kamala. You know,
You know what? I'm just saying that. I don't want nearly 500,000 uh Indian people in Japan. God
no,
forbid. No.
because it's one thing to
Uh,
go to a country, but if you don't plan to assimilate, what's the point? You know?
no, I just don't want that much of them there, bro. Keep Japan Japanese.
No, facts,
Uh,
facts.
keep because that's the reason why Japan is special. Like, you know, now I'm not saying that they're perfect people, right? But the average Japanese person will treat you more decently than the average Indian person. If I'm being honest with you, if I'm being honest with you,
No, that's
the
true.
average. I'm not saying they're perfect, right? I'm just saying the average Japanese person will treat you with respect than the average Indian person. The average Japanese person ain't gonna be throwing at you curveball questions at an interview that doesn't even pertain to your job spec like an Indian person would. I don't think brothers understand the magnitude as to just how much they are against us. I don't think brothers understand just how much we have against us, man. Stop voting for the same people or the single time that have not changed your life in any shape or form. You uh uh you uh, uh you just heard Trump 2 hours ago speak at the Bitcoin conference, right? You heard him speak at the Bitcoin conference. I can't see you, Brian. Are you a brother? Yes, you are indeed a brother. Thank you, Brian. Turn your camera off. Camera off, Brian. Turn your camera off. Turn your camera off, Brian. Turn it off. Off. I can still see your head. You gotta turn it off. You heard Trump, right, speak in the crypto conference, right? Then the next couple months to a year, the crypto bull run is coming. So, and guess what? We want crypto to do well for brothers. So who are you gonna vote for? Who are you gonna vote for? Enough is enough, man. Guess what? Trump isn't perfect. Kamala isn't perfect. But vote for someone that could change your life in a good way. Crypto. Trump, he's not perfect, but guess what? We may need him to win to get crypto popping. Get something new. These 4 years of Biden and Kamala has not done anything for brothers. Let's keep it real. Let me bring in Brian in the background. What's going on, Brian? How you doing, bro?
How you doing, brother? Can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing, bro? You good?
I'm doing well. So I know you do a lot of interviews, so it's probably you probably don't recall, but we had a conversation last year, um, giving
Mexico?
some intel on Cancun. Yeah,
Yeah. I remember that voice, brother. You good?
yeah, I'm doing well, brother. I saw you were streaming. Just saw this article pulled up. Wanted to give some insight where I can. But first, I'll let you continue on. I don't want to interject until you know
No,
on the immediate conversation.
no, fire away, bro. What's your thoughts on the stream or the article? Fire away, bro.
Yeah. So the first thing that I would like to say is that you're 100% right as far as the sentiment that Indians or just South Asians as a whole really have towards Afro descendant people. Um, I really don't know what it is, but it's just completely accurate. I my ex girlfriend, she's Pakistani, and I know in the UK they have a lot of Pakistanis, so there's probably a demographic that you're very familiar with too, and Indians as well.
Mm.
But like they they don't mess with us, like from a cultural standpoint. Like maybe you can say like the younger generations, like the girls, some of them do, but when it comes to actually settling down and bringing a man back home to their families, like they get told explicitly like no black men. And and it's crazy. And even if you look at like the caste system too as well, in India, the untouchables, which are at the bottom of the caste um, pyramid, they're the darkest they're the darkest ones. So this is like really deep entrenched in their culture and their overall worldview. Um, but uh, but yeah, I think from Japan's perspective, I mean, I know that India as a nation state is emerging as a global power, especially when we talk in the realm of technology. So I think that this is a play on their end to continue growing in terms of certain technological advancements and development. But but yeah,
Facts, bro. One thing here, right? So, the hatred that South Asians have towards Black people, I just can't explain, right? Because we look throughout history, Black people have not oppressed Indians or Pakistani, or the Black people didn't even cause the division. Pakistan and India, they were one country before, right?
right.
But the British split them in two. Who did that? It was white people. So why don't they have smoke for them, but it got smoke for us? You know, and that's why I get every day I wake up angry as to why are we the most hated race of men or people on planet Earth when when we've never harmed anyone, right? We've never harmed a single group of people on planet Earth. We've never oppressed anyone. We never committed any sort of mass deletions against groups of people. I'm sick of it, bruv. And I'm at a point where you know we gotta defend ourselves, man. We have to gatekeep. We have to pass info to each other, etc., etc. Because I'm sick of it, bro. I'm tired. I'm done being a nice guy, and I try to be and respectful towards everyone, every group of people, and I still am. But guess what? I'm gonna put black men first because I'm sick of it, brothers. Sick of it.
And there's no issue with that, um, IP, because I mean everyone else puts themselves first, and for the most part, on top of that, put us last. Um, I'm curious to know, in the UK. So first question, are you in like the Greater London area in the UK?
No, I'm in Birmingham.
Okay, you're in Birmingham. Okay, so what is the dynamic like there in terms of relations between like brown people, like South Asians, Indians, Pakistanis, and like the black community?
It's not good, bro. They look down on us. They literally do look down on us. Literally, bro. Like it's come to a point where brothers have told me that, you know, if they go for an interview as an Indian manager, some of them don't go for it. Some of them expect that they won't get the job. Some of them even told me that, you know, they would prefer a white person over an Indian person when it comes to interviews. You know, that's insane. That's insane. That's how bad it is, Brian.
That's insane. Yeah, that's really insane. You know, it's really crazy. Like I think people really underestimate the legacy and the power that and like the the psychological and sociological impact that colonization had, because it's like, even though the white man historically did so much and caused so much harm and terror in this context when we're talking about South Asia, they still put the white man and the European man on a pedestal as if they're God, but then
Mm.
denounce, people who have more in common with them historically and culturally. Um, it doesn't make sense, but I mean, I guess then again it does, because they literally approach this like a science as far as how to psychologically and entrench get entrenched into these people to make them believe these types of things, to the point where now it's generational. And it's crazy, but it's 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 the reality, unfortunately.
It's the reality, bro. And you know, we're living in a world, right? Like it's all about teams now. You know, it's all about team. Even in America, like people have their own blocks of people they want to be with, or you know, uplift. We're seeing it in politics, woman this, or you know, you got the manosphere this, you got Indians there, Chinese there, and you know, we need to protect ourselves. That's why I'm big on this crypto stuff, right? So I was watching Trump's speech. I'm loving what I'm hearing. You know, Trump speak about. You know, in that Bitcoin speech, brothers, that is what you should be doing in your free time. That is what you should be doing in your free time. Like I don't play no games in my free time, bruv. I'm either studying, I'm either teaching Python to brothers, I'm either improving my skill set. You know, I'm in the gym. You know, I'm looking at crypto, because it's not a flipping game anymore, brothers. It's not a game. It's not a goddamn game, bro. This world ain't no joke. We need we need we need our own groups of brothers where where we can share that intel and uplift each other, because we have enemies, bro. A lot of enemies because of our skin color. So protect yourself. You know, I'm in the you know, in the city center right today, and I'm going and I'm waiting for the bus, right? And a bunch of Hispanic people. I knew they were Hispanic because they got that brown skin look, right? Old lady looking at me like I'm some sort of monster, like I'm gonna steal from her. I look at her, I'm like, what are you looking at? That kind of BS, right? Is the kind of stuff, right, that we go through every day. You don't even know me, so don't you ever give me that look. Don't you ever give me that look. You don't even know me. Sick of this.
Mm.
Sick of the BS, bro. The subtle racism, just weird looks, evil looks, angry looks, suspicious looks, and you don't even flipping know me. Come
Yeah,
on, bro.
that's unfortunate to hear, brother. And also, I find it funny, how much money that Kamala Harris raised in such a short span, uh, particularly from the black community and black women, because I mean, the record is there. Like, anyone who thinks that she's for black people is I mean, they're mistaken. Like, for one, she married a white man, if that doesn't say everything you need to know as far as where her her political priorities and affiliations lie. I think that says it all right there. Secondly, I mean the track record as far as her career prior to getting into politics when she was in California, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, I mean, I want to know for you, IP, what's your long term play as far as uh, where you want to set up things? Like, are you looking towards Southeast Asia or another part of Europe or somewhere in Africa or Latin America? Or let us know, brother.
I want to know, right, where we can have power, where I feel protected, where I can influence, where I ain't gonna worry about a certain group of people, trying to screw me over, where, I'm solid, where we have good status there, right? Where we can have power there. Because at some point you can have all you want in this world, right? But if you can't protect that, you're food. You're food. You're food, bro. If you can't protect what you own and what you got, you're food. So give me countries where the black man's respected, where the black man got power, you know, where the black man is essentially seen as God. Because at this point in time, I don't give a damn about no BS anymore. I don't give a damn about, we all won, blah, blah, blah. No, at this point, people need to see black men as gods, need to see black men as kings. Oh, I want to be like him. Oh, he's a black man. He must be awesome. That's what I want. Like, I'm done with it, brother. Because at this point, right, having that we are all one mindset. I think that's what's actually allowing us to be behind by many people, bro. Because other groups of people, they got that, I'm better than you mindset. Well, guess what? It's time for black men to have that mindset too. I'm done, brother. I'm done because I'm seeing, why I experience real life, the looks, the hatred, the slight comments, the anti-blackness. I'm at a point where I've reached my threshold. I don't give a damn about we are one, all that Michael Jackson kumbaya nonsense or Lion King or all that or all that Lion King, kumbaya nonsense. People gotta see us as gods, bro. Brother, like, I'm at a point where, like, even I'm questioning everything, bro. I'm questioning everything.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because, I mean, logically speaking, as far as us being viewed a certain way, being a minority in any other country, that's usually it won't be the case on a macro level. But then even if you look at where we're from and where we originated, any for the most part, sub-Saharan African nations that are trending more towards the developed side of things economically, infrastructurally, politically. I mean, there's a lot of investment and also influence coming from the Chinese, um, a lot of like Indians and Pakistanis there as well, and that are in the the business class and the political class. And then of course there's the Western powers that be that have their roots in there as well for the purpose of extracting resources, etc. So I mean, I'd want to say ideally, the countries in sub-Saharan Africa that are trending towards, increased economic development, political stability, but even there, you know, different demographics that I just mentioned are coming in, investing billions, and you know, you got situations in East Africa. Like I'm East African, first generation, although I was born and raised here in the States in New York, but you got situations where you got Chinese people calling us monkeys in our own country, like, and they're the ones who are owning businesses and getting grants, and creating their own communities, and then we're working for them and their factories, and they're calling us monkeys in our own land. Like, what's going on?
You said you're in New York.
Yeah.
Is it true they have there's a Hong Kong police department in New York City?
Um, to be honest, that's not something that I'm 100% aware of, but I wouldn't be surprised just because um, there's such a large Chinese population in New York where they have like certain jurisdictions where even like all the signs are in Mandarin, and like it's like they literally have their own large communities, own large ecosystems and infrastructure where they don't really rely on anyone else but themselves. I mean, the Jewish have it, like, or I'm sorry, am I allowed to say
Nah,
that?
No,
can't
you're
say
right.
it, bro. You
You're
gotta,
right.
you gotta code that.
All right,
You gotta code it.
them boys, they literally have their own police, hospitals,
Yeah, I've seen it. It's crazy.
banks, everything. So, um, with how large of the population that the Chinese have in New York, I definitely would not be surprised.
Let me bring in Jay Takashi. Hold on in the back. He's been quite patient. Jay, camera on, is that okay? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah. And I haven't put your mute there, but I'm hearing some background noise. Let me bring in Jay. What's going on, Jay? Long time, bro. How you keeping?
How you doing, brother? IP. I was well, first of all, shout out to all the brothers on here. And to the conversation that was being had just now about I actually want to touch upon two things on one of you said. But first, IP, let me address I want to address what you said a little bit, where it's like, we should be respected and things of that nature. Now I know you said gods, and I think that is a bit hyperbolic, but I will say this: we should be respected as educated black men. So I will say this, because the thing is, educated black men are should be at the pinnacle of top of the class, of our class, regardless of anything. And that's how it should be. There should be no, hear me, there should be no class below. That should be the highest. And I don't mean high value men nonsense. I mean like educated black brother should be at the top. That's what that should be. He is the norm for everything. I can't say the other word, but I don't care what anyone says. That should be the norm for all of us, the standard for anything. And there should be no weird looks or anything like that. But throughout life, there are going to be people who scorn you and do all that. And I know sometimes that is our job to like beat back that stereotype. But I'm not. But here's my thing. That's not our job. What our job is, like what the purpose of a black man is whatever he creates, he maintains, like what you said earlier. And you said we should have power in that regards. Let me get to that. That power can only be sustained, brother, if you have people back in your corner. And here's what I mean. Not just the hard work you put in. I'm talking about brothers who are like-minded, all individuals, all of us. So for example, when what you need is a tribe. And then yes, I'm gonna use Wakanda for example. If we want to be like have our own little Wakanda in Japan in particular, like we take it's crazy I'm about to use the word take over. I don't mean literally take over, but to the point where we're the majority instead of minority. That is how we would do it. More educated brothers over there, not people over there to mess up that culture, people to improve it to where like the best men over there are the black men. That's simple. And the type of babies that spawn from us and our Japanese wives will be even better. And we just keep doing the same thing. That's how you maintain a power. Well, actually, that's how you maintain a dynasty. In that regards, like that's how it can be done. The difference is by our wealth, saving up our wealth. And I'm gonna go deeper into this when I say that. So I'm talking about because I remember you saying just earlier, Ghost, and guys, please let me know if I'm jumping a little too much, but I'm just going over points of IP real quick, and then I'll get to that China thing in a second. But IP, what IP is basically saying is the thing is, we don't need to pour into this whole like this group of our own people is what he said in some regards, because some of those people, like I said, we're on the ship and not everybody can join us on the ship. Let's keep it real. IP is going to work on what he thinks is important. He's already helping. He's already doing his part already with that whole thing. What IP said earlier when he said he doesn't care about that whole community type nonsense. But technically, IP is already doing that for educated brothers because that's his contribute, helping them learn Python, IT. That's his thing. He's helping. So by him doing that, he's helped furthering our I keep saying, I don't want to say community, but our tribe in doing that. And with the success of them, they'll further perpetuate good, more educated brothers to do so. And that just kind of and that just paves the way for us to be successful before and once we're in Japan. And to the point where we're old, we're old people, to where our kids and grandkids are freaking running things because of the empire we left behind for them. And we've set things up in Japan when I say that. I don't mean like in America. I'm talking about in Japan specifically when I say that. So that's how it can be done. It's just that only the and I mean, I'm saying this so many times, only educated brother can do that. Not some flunky off the corner or some nonsense. I'm talking about actual people who are here to actually, who are here to prosper, who are here to accelerate the economy and repopulate Japan in general too. And that's and IP we did leave that out a little bit because we do need to repopulate Japan. I actually don't disagree with you on that. I'm with you. But I don't want just random black brothers over there. I want the educated, good ones with the good, hear me, who are not just going to come over here and do what they do in America. We need the smart ones over here who know their craft and who are good at IT and other things. It's that simple for me. That's what I believe. Because I wouldn't let a bunch of average students in his sucker. I wouldn't do that at all. I wouldn't let that in. I wouldn't let them come anywhere near Japan because they would destroy it. But to the comment, let me get to the comment about like China and stuff like that, calling us names like that. First of all, if anybody were to ever call me that, pardon my French, but they'll be held to pay. So just with respect to IP channel, because I can't say certain words, but they'll be held to pay. You can never call me that. Can never call me that. I don't care where we at. Because guess what? They'll be held to pay. That's number one. And number two, China in general, some places particularly don't care for the black man all like that. In that regards, like I said, IP already had a stream about this where we had brothers come on when they shared their experience, educated brothers. And I had a conversation with them, and I'm just like, that's not a place that we can thrive in. And we have to look for places specifically that is going to help us repopulate. That is going to help us perpetuate and even excel that economy. Simple enough to where we're the top dogs or amongst the elites. And it's that simple. That's how that builds, like I said, that builds us up, and that builds up our future generations while we're there. I'm talking about we don't leave. We stay there. We build it up. We do everything we're supposed to. And then after that, we are set. Now this would be a heck of a lot easier if there was an uncharted island that we could just inhabit and put our money into. Sorry about that. That we could put our money into and do that.
Let me come in here. Let me come in here, Jay.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me come in here. I feel like, like no shit to anyone, no shit to you, bro. But
go ahead.
I feel like if we don't have that ruthless mentality, right, we ain't getting nowhere on this earth, right? We need that cutthroat, ruthless mentality, right? Because I'm at a point where I'm sick and tired of us being at the bottom, right? Even in the Caribbean and Africa, it is absurd that other groups of people are doing better than us, right, in our original homeland, Caribbean and Africa. Show me a black person doing better than an Arab person in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Bahrain. That's non-existent. Show me a black person doing better than an Indian person in India. That is non-existent. In China too. At some point, the BS got to stop, right? And the BS got to stop. I'm sick of it, bruv. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know who pushed this kind or this we are one kumbaya Michael Jackson BS on us. I'm done with that, man. I'm sick of it.
Right.
That's what's really holding us back.
It is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I actually agree with you, brother.
It really is because other people, other groups of people, they don't think like that. They don't think like that. There is no we are one BS, bruv. That's gotta go. That's why I'm not opposed to Trump winning. I'm not opposed. I think that we need a reckoning because 4 years of Biden and Kamala. Tell me what it's done for you personally, brother, in your life, Jay, in America now. Tell me what.
It
Tell me
hasn't
what
done
it's done for
anything.
you. There
It
you
hasn't
go,
done
bro.
anything. It hasn't
But
done anything. I'm gonna be real with you.
but Brian, you there, Brian? Brian, are you there? You there, Brian?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Tell me what tell me what Biden and Kamala have done for you, brother, in this past 4 years. Be honest, bro.
Increased prices.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, I'm not saying Trump is perfect, right? But I'm listening to his crypto speech 2 hours ago. Just take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith. Because there's this liberal stuff, where liberalism it has black men at the last in the pecking order. When it comes to DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, that doesn't even include black men. It doesn't. It doesn't. Go on a website of Google, Microsoft, Tesla. There's no black faces there. But I see a bunch of Chinese faces, Indians, and white faces, and women. It's done. I'm done. Something needs to change. Because I'm not going to spend the next 20 years of my life, right, being a flipping underclass. Not me, bruv. Not me. So as I was telling Brian, right, where I'm at a point where I want people to see me as a god. I want people to see other black men as gods. Because all this, we are one, blah, we're all level, it's not flying with me anymore. That's the reason why we're at the bottom. That's the reason why in East Asia, they're coming to Brian's country and calling his people slurs. Because they don't see us as gods. They don't respect us. Guess what? You're going to respect me. You're going to respect me. Shout out to Mr. Guy Kinneal for the support. Passport G has a YouTube channel. All right, thanks for letting me know, bro. Brian, you want to add to it, Brian?
Yeah. I think that any community that's been marginalized historically, the way that they've been able to propel themselves as a group is by, having leaders and pioneers grow capital and invest back into their people in order to be able to be sustainable. Nowadays, the reason why, for the most part, the black community here in the States is still in the plight that it's in is because when we make it, when we get money, the goal is to live amongst our oppressor. The goal is to move towards their ends, their communities, and and abandon the people who look like us. And as far as I see, other communities, they keep their dollar within their community. They're the ones giving no interest loans to their brothers and sisters so that then they can start businesses. They're the ones who are, investing into their people and their communities so that they can continue to prosper. But for us, we don't move that way. And I think communities like this, where you're able to find like-minded brothers to congregate, share ideas, and share this mission is important to that goal that I mentioned earlier. But there has to be the action that follows behind it, as far as brothers doing the things that they need to do, and then ultimately concentrating that capital, because that's where the real power comes, and being able to be self-sustainable and not having to rely on your oppressor for handouts or contributions in order to survive.
Facts,
I agree with
Brian. Facts. Facts, bro. Hear what Trump said about black male mayors in Milwaukee and Baltimore. And how about Joe Biden? You ain't black if you don't vote for me. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And how about Joe Biden saying, black kids can be just as smart as white kids. Like I said, right? Trump ain't perfect. Biden ain't perfect. But guess what, right? We as black men, we've done the liberal stuff for years now. We've done the liberal stuff. Life ain't changed for us. Why haven't liberals right addressed how why haven't liberals right addressed how Indian people move like a mafia in the tech scene, blocking black men from jobs, and Chinese people too. We know for a fact that there's a caste system within the Indian community where the darker you are, right, you get no respect. You're at the bottom. Well, guess what? A lot of black people are dark, right? Why haven't the liberals addressed that? In America, where actually it's on record that Indian people are actually practicing caste systems in corporations and jobs, and America hasn't addressed that. So some of y'all scared, bro. You scared. I'm at a point where I don't give a damn anymore. Stop being so flipping scared if Trump wins. I remember Trump won he won in 2016, 2017. Black people didn't suffer under Trump. They didn't. They were talking about how Trump is going to deport all black Americans to Africa when he wins. That didn't happen. Stop being so scared. Try something new, bruv. Try something new, politically. If Kamala wins, crypto is going to pop off. If Trump wins, yes, crypto will pop off. A Kamala run America isn't good for black men. Black men will be an afterthought in Kamala's mind. For her, it's women, it's Indians, and a whole bunch of groups of people apart from black men. Stop being so flipping scared. Republicans stopped the police reform bill in the US. Well, guess what? Obama was president for 2 terms. What did he do? How about Clinton? Well, what did he do? We know police been an issue for decades. Well, guess what? Clinton was in power in the 90s. Well, what did he do about that? Obama was in power too for 2 terms. What did he do about that? Instead, Obama was going to Africa, Brian, he was going to Africa, trying to push the rainbow agenda in Africa. Well, guess what, brothers, right? No one's perfect. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. Bruv. Wake the flip up, bruv. For me personally, I'm done with liberals. I'm done with liberalism. I'm done. I've left that scene a long time ago. I used to be the biggest liberal ever. I used to be a socialist. I used to be a liberal. I used to, be the most liberal person you can be. Right? I'm done because I noticed that wasn't changing my life. That wasn't changing my community's life. How am I? How is Biden a liberal, right? And he ain't give us no reparations. Wait, cut the check. If you were truly a liberal, where's the reparations for Black Americans? The reason why Black Americans suffer. No, hold on, Brian J. Right? Let's keep it real. The reason why Black American men are suffering in America right now is because they were not paid the reparations that they deserve for working for free, being forced to work for free for 500 years. During those 500 years, right, you had white people working, making money. And guess what? They would pass on their wealth to their future kids. And their future kids would pass on their wealth to their own kids. Well, Black people couldn't own property and didn't earn anything from slavery for 500 years. So of course you're going to be, at the bottom for forever if that isn't addressed. So why hasn't Kamala Harris spoke about that? Why hasn't Joe Biden spoke about that? Why isn't Barack Obama, the first so-called Black president of America, spoke about that? It's a losing game for Black men in America. It's a losing game. So guess what? Start looking at other options. Trump speaking about crypto 2 hours ago. Guess what? A lot of Black men are in crypto. A lot of Black men are in crypto right now. A lot of Black men are in crypto. So if Trump wins, crypto pops off, a lot of Black men, they're going to get that bag, bro. Ain't that right, Brian? Ain't that right, bro? Ain't that right, Jay? Ain't that right, Brian? Am I talking crazy here? Let's keep it real.
Couple things I want to touch on.
Come on, bro.
First thing, well, you're speaking a lot of facts. First thing I'll say is, I know that for many people that this may be a controversial opinion, but I think that one of the worst things that happened for the Black community was Obama becoming president. And the reason why I say that is it allowed this illusion to persist that, oh, see, if he can do it, then that means things are so much better from, historically what the country has been. But he was just a face. He was just someone that was put in a position in order to be able to fulfill an agenda and then go ahead and do all of this madness, and people think that, oh, the country has changed so much. But in reality, he did more for the alphabet or rainbow community during his administration than he did allegedly his own people. Furthermore, you spoke about just like the state of the Black community and Black men having been forced to work with no compensation for centuries. And it's really interesting, because before, we know how America started. There are Europeans, predominantly British, that came over here. Colonies, American Revolution, etc. And then the original Americans are essentially descendants of British whites for the most part. And then as the country continued to develop, and then other European demographics came, they were the ones who were looked down upon, living in ghettos, creating criminal organizations, because they were being outcasted by the quote unquote Americans, like them boys, Italians, Irish. They were coming here not speaking English, and they were in ghettos. Like if you look up the origination of the origin of the term ghetto, it's referencing neighborhoods of a certain community that I can't say on this channel. But once, you know, slavery was abolished and we were now establishing ourselves and in our communities, the Americans were noticing that they needed to maintain their power somehow, and so they upgraded these other European demographics that before that were outcasted and that were the ones, you know, killing each other in the streets. They upgraded them to that quote unquote white status, and that's why today we have like anyone who's essentially Euro descendant is just white, and then they subsidize these communities with certain institutions in order to build them up. They gave the Italians fire departments, they gave the Irish police departments, they gave them boys different social institutions such as hospitals, etc. And you can still see this legacy to this day throughout different major metropolitan areas in the country. And I say all this to say that this just reiterates that point of, you know, our leaders and within our community need to be pioneers in leading in different areas that can create long-term sustainability for the community. Because I lived in Houston for a year ago, and I'm telling you, the state of blacks in the South, when we talk about levels of poverty, is even at a whole different level when we're talking about lack of infrastructure, lack of education generationally. Um, it's it's crazy. It's crazy, and this anyone who thinks that segregation still isn't a thing, man, hasn't traveled, hasn't seen different communities. But yeah, those were just some of the things that you mentioned that I wanted to. Oh, and the last thing, Biden saying that if you don't vote Democrat, then you're not black. Can you imagine any minority community that has pull and that has resources where he's or any white man is saying that you aren't this, you aren't Chinese, you aren't Indian, you aren't this demographic, you aren't this religion if you don't do this, that isn't a part of that community, and then that community still votes for that person and that party. Can you imagine? Like, that's all I have to say.
Bro, I know. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine. Yeah, if Biden said that about Chinese people, Chinese Americans, he would lose their vote. I don't know what kind of sorcery that Democrats are using to actually get the majority of black votes. You look at the stats from 2020, 98% of black women voted Democrats. That's sorcery right there. That's some sort of magic we've not seen in since since Charmed, the TV series. If I'm honest with you, brothers, it's just ridiculous, right? That's disrespectful. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, they know the control they got over us.
Yep.
Yet still they've not addressed reparations. Yet still they've not addressed how Indians are gatekeeping tech from black men, and the money's in tech. But if you get a job in Google, Google will pay you will not only pay you six figures, they'll give you stock options worth hundreds of thousands that will set you up for life. Do you know how that can change the lives of many black men working at Google, Facebook, Microsoft? And these 4 years of Democrats running the country, they've not addressed how that's being gatekept from black men. But I'm hearing Trump speaking about crypto. And I know for a fact that many black men, a lot of black men are in crypto. And Trump is saying that he will be a crypto president. He will pass a crypto bill. Of course, if Trump wins, there could be a crazy bull run that can change the lives of black men in crypto. Democrats ain't did that. It was Trump, bruh. It was Trump, bruh. Open your flipping eyes, brothers. Again, Trump ain't perfect, Biden ain't perfect, but guess what? We need to follow the money. We need to follow the wealth. I'm at a point where I don't give a damn about no climate change, Brian. I don't give a damn about no flipping, CO2 emissions. I don't give a damn about, fucking green leaves or all that nonsense. Where the flipping bag at for brothers? Where the bag at? So everyone's about the bag. Every other group of persons is about the bag. And more folks are telling me, right? Because we had the election a couple weeks ago, coming up to me about climate change. Man, if you don't get yourself out of my face with that stupid climate change nonsense, what you mean? That's what I'm talking about, brothers, man. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by the BS. Don't get distracted, bro. Don't. Know what matters. Know what matters in this world, bruv. It's power. It's power. I'm not here for no climate change. I'm not here for no flipping liberal nonsense. Where the power at? Because we need that as black men. Right? But again, right? I'm not saying Trump is perfect. I'm not saying Kamala is perfect. I'm saying that we gotta follow the bag. And crypto is going to change a lot of brothers' lives. Because that is the last bastion at this point in time. We ain't come from generational wealth. So a lot is at stake here. I'm at a point where I don't give a damn about, I don't really want to go too deep into it, but there's certain things I don't give a damn about. I'm thinking about wealth 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Who can give black men wealth in the next couple years, a year from now? And it's going to come from crypto, right? And Trump is big on crypto. So essentially, so we need them to win. We need to win. We want to get out the West. We want to get out this Western hellhole. And it'd be a lot more better when we get out of it if we had a nice bag that came from crypto. It's not a flip. It's not a game anymore, man. Don't come up to me and speak to me about no stupid climate change. I don't care anymore. Let me bring in Ruel in the background. Ruel, you good, brother? Can I bring you on? Give me a thumbs up. Good man. Hold on, bro. Shout out to Mr. Black Manta for the support. Sup, IP. What's the best way to contact you? Brother, send me a DM on IG, okay, if you want to speak to me about coming on the channel. If it's for consultation, that's my calendar. I'll post a link to my IG here in the comments. If it's for consultation, hit me up on calendar, okay? That'd be awesome. Let me bring in Raul in the background, okay? Because some of you brothers, you need that wake-up call, right? Shout out to Mr. Guy Incognito for the support. JD Vance takes money from Silicon Valley guys. Well, guess what? Kamala does too. they all do, bro. They all get funded by Silicon Valley, by hedge fund dudes, by whatever. That's a game, brother. It's a game. They all do. Right? They all do, bro. It's politics. Let me bring in Raul in the background. What's going on, Raul? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. IP, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. You good? Yeah, chilling. Yeah, I definitely are probably going to go whatever side that supports crypto, and it seems like the R side. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm assuming you were watching Trump's speech.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I did watch part of Michael Saylor's, and I really liked what he had to say too. And I still, me, like I'm still like very heavily invested in crypto, and I really believe it's a path to financial freedom.
Absolutely, bro. So, brother, obviously, Trump is speaking more positively about crypto. He's saying that he wants to create a Bitcoin reserve bill. He's talking about all these good things about crypto, right? And I don't know. I have an inkling that if Trump wins in December, we're going to see a crazy bull run because I think the market does want Trump to win, and I think breaking out for us, bro.
I agree with you. So after that failed attempt, no matter what you think about the attempt, right after that, Bitcoin just skyrocketed, and it's been going up ever since, right? So I think there is a belief that, since Trump said he's, the Bitcoin president, um, that, crypto will take off if he's elected.
There you go. So obviously, right, the smart thing to do, right, if you're investing in crypto, if you want this financial freedom, you want to be a full-time passport, bro, is to vote a certain someone. Like I was telling y'all, I don't care about liberal agenda anymore. I don't care about climate change. I don't care about birthright citizenship. I'm done with all the nice guy stuff. And I tried being a nice guy. I tried being that as a liberal, but it ain't working, right? So we gotta be honest with ourselves here as passport bros, right? And a message to my American brothers who are in crypto, particularly you, Raul, right? Who's the person to vote for if we need this financial freedom to get from crypto?
Well, it seems like what's being positioned is that Trump is the guy to vote for, and I see in some of the comments there where people are saying like crypto's backed by nothing. Like honestly, I don't think you know well enough to understand what's going on if you're saying that, because if you look at BlackRock's one of the biggest like asset managers in the world, $9.5 trillion under management. They have a Bitcoin ETF. If you're familiar with stocks, you'll know what an ETF is. But not only BlackRock, Van Eck, ARK Invest, Grayscale, some others. Um, and there are other countries that have Bitcoin. China, um, um, Germany, the Ukraine, Tesla holds Bitcoin, Square holds Bitcoin. So if you're not really like, if you don't know this, like this is not like 2017 where crypto was just this like fringe thing. Like companies like BlackRock and Tesla are holding Bitcoin now. Like Bitcoin is in the mainstream. Institutions like big institutions are holding Bitcoin now. Like crypto's not going to be stopped. It's just not.
There you go. There's a lot riding in this election, right? From a crypto perspective, Kamala Harris winning crypto, right? Sorry, winning the election, right? Could be pretty bad news for crypto, ain't that right? Well,
It's possible. It's possible, but I think like this crypto push is coming from the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and you know, to me, what I've noticed is no matter what the candidate is, they seem to have a lot of pull. You know what I mean? No matter if it's a blue guy or a red guy, the World Economic Forum just seems to get what they want either way. Um, and if you look at the World Economic Forum, guess who sits on their global board of advisors? Larry Fink of BlackRock, right? So So if you look at that, BlackRock gets always what they want. World Economic Forum gets always what they want. So I think those entities have a little bigger pull than the Dem side or the Republican side. But the way it's being presented to us, Trump is the best option for crypto.
Brian, what's your thoughts about that? Trump being the best option for crypto?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't get a chance to see his comments today in regards to that. And but what I can say is that if those are the words that he was saying, then I think it makes sense that things would be in better hands under his administration, specifically on that topic and that front, as opposed to the left being there. Although like the brother mentioned, that there are also other powers that be that are having a potentially strong influence in the growth of that realm, regardless.
Facts. Absolute facts.
About a question.
Before you say that question, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, we've spoke about crypto numerous times,
Yep.
right? And we spoke about the condition of the black man in the West compared to other groups of people, where obviously we had huge disadvantages via slavery, Jim Crow, institutional racism, etc., etc. And crypto, is a great equalizer. Crypto is a great equalizer. We need this more than ever, right? Because reading articles where it says that there'll be trillions of dollars of wealth being passed down from boomers to millennials and zoomers, but hardly black people get anything. Particularly black men will get anything, hardly anything. That made me feel some type of way, bro. Because to me, that's an indication that we could very well be a permanent underclass. A permanent underclass where until the end of the earth, until the earth gets destroyed, right, by the sun, we know that in 12.4 billion years' time, the earth will get destroyed. Black men will be at the bottom. That don't sit right with me.
What I like to present to people is for people to empty their cup of what they think they know about crypto and understand that the news cycle has levels, and they're going to try to tell you certain things about crypto. But think of this. One point somebody told us, I'm never going to buy a computer. Like, why would I buy computers? They can, you know what I mean? Like, computers, they're the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, or at one point someone said, oh, I'm never going to buy water. They're trying to sell water to us. Who would ever buy water when I can get out of the tap? You know what I mean? Like, so these are a whole bunch of different things where people are like, okay, water, computers, nah. Like, don't be behind the trend, be ahead of the trend. And speaking about computers, if you follow my channel, I did some research on a guy named Tim Draper. He's really, really big in the crypto market. Well, guess what? His family, his daddy and his granddaddy, they started internet. They started the computers. So he's also really big into the cryptocurrency market. So now he's starting like cryptocurrency. So if you look at his family and you research his family, you can go on my channel and look at a lot of the research I've done. So the family that invented like computers and the internet and the .com boom are the leaders of the crypto boom. So when you're looking at crypto, don't think of it as something that's trying to like battle against money. It's something that's going to improve the current system. For instance, if you're somebody who's using the old system, right, your stuff is going to take like 3 or 5 days to clear. What cryptocurrency and what blockchain does is it lets things clear like almost instantaneously in like 5 minutes, like sometimes seconds, at most an hour. So think if you're a company that's using the old system, right? And you're waiting for your stuff to clear in 3 to 5 days while your competition is having that stuff clear in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, so how are you going to compete in that instance? You can't. So crypto is going to happen. Blockchain is going to happen. Okay, it's just going to happen. Now, you can question, okay, will Bitcoin be that? Because Bitcoin's more used like digital gold. Ethereum has problems to scale. There's some other things to scale better than Ethereum. But, you know, looking at the purpose of crypto and what some cryptos can do, and as far as like clearing things within seconds, as far as like XRP goes, as far as quant goes, and different cryptocurrencies, again, not financial advice, but businesses are going to have to adopt crypto or they're going to lose. Okay.
Facts. Great comment there by Captain Cisco. Gary Gensler going to be fired if Trump gets in. XRP will blow up. XRP will definitely blow up because Gary is actually, I think he brought the case against XRP, right? In regards to securities or whatever. I'm not too sure, but I know there's a case against XRP that Gary's involved in, if I'm not mistaken. So XRP pops off. You're on XRP. I know brothers on XRP as well. This is what I'm saying. You want the wealth. You want that bag. Then you know who to vote for. Enough with the games. Enough about he going to put all of us to Africa. Oh, he going bring the boogeyman to each of our households because we black. Enough of the games, bruv. Enough.
Right.
Tired of it, bruv. Stop being so scared, bruv. No one's perfect. Chase the bag.
Yeah, that's not happening. It's not
happening, bruv.
That's so in America right now, we're having a quote unquote immigration problem. A lot of people are blaming it on one party or the other, but why do you think they let immigrants into the country? They need the workers. So there's no way they're just going to deport a whole bunch of black people. That's not happening.
that were born and raised in America as Americans. Can we have some sense for once, please? Please. How can Black Americans get deported when they were born and are native to Black Americans, to America? Sorry. Come on. Shout out to Mr. Guy Gignito for the support. Has Trump said anything about cops murking brothers? Has Kamala Harris said so? Unfortunately, that happens, bro. Right? But Obama wasn't in power for 8 years. What did he do about that? What did he do? Clinton was in power for 8 years. What did he do about that? This has been happening for decades now. What have Clinton and Obama done? They ain't done nothing, bruv. Ain't that right, Roll? What did he do?
Yeah, no, nobody has addressed the issue.
Nobody.
And I don't think Trump or Kamala, either one of them are going to do it either. So
there you go. So that's what I'm saying, like, brothers, at this point in time, right, start thinking about your future, where you want to be in 5 years, and hopefully that's out the West. Now, you want to get the bag, crypto will get you that bag. So vote for the guy who's going to make sure crypto will more than likely help crypto run ballistically. And that's Orange Man. Go on, Brian. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask for the brothers who are here on the stream, and this is even including myself as well, if they're interested in cryptocurrency and learning more about the space and everything, what resources can they leverage, whether that's online resources, brothers within the community, within the network, so that they can educate themselves, understand the different dynamics, start to build a portfolio, and God willing, hopefully be able to get ahead of this hopeful bull run that can happen as things progress.
Just go to Rail's channel. Real has just go to his channel, bro. Real, post your link in the private chat so I can share it with the brothers
Sure.
on the channel. Just go on his channel, Brian. And that's all you need. That's all you need, bro.
Okay.
This
All
brother
right.
Real will drop the intel on crypto. That's all you need.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. I definitely have to check that out. That's one of the avenues that I need to put more investment into. And it's just like I said, it's just a matter of me putting in the work like I do. Like I said, I'm a hard worker in general. The difference for me is I just gotta make sure I tap into that because, like I said, if that's gonna help further what I need to do and also what I want to do, and do things on my terms and all that stuff, then that needs to be something that needs to be access to. You need to have access to and build up. So, hey, my money's got to go somewhere. I didn't save all that money just to go to Japan. I saved it all for my future, but it is for all me in general. Until a possible family comes into play, but that's what I'm trying to achieve. And IP knows this. He knows what I want, what I'm going for. Peace of mind, silence, Japan, all of that. We'll have kids the whole nine, and like that's what I want in general. But the difference is I need to build my peace first. And that's what's important to me right now. And I won't let anything get in my way. Because I'm gonna say this, because either you're like I said, either you're an asset or you're an obstacle in my way that I either need to step on ruthlessly, as what IP is saying, or I can let you stop me, which that's not gonna happen. So we need to be very, very stern and headstrong in what we're trying to achieve. And like I said, to forget naysayers, just ignore them like the insects they are, and continue on with what you're doing. IP's doing it. I'm doing it. Brian's doing it. Brother Theo is doing it. Well, I think he's already achieved it personally, but with what he's done. But yeah, he's still doing it, regardless of anything. Like I said, and the brother up here who's doing crypto is doing it. The brother that's nodding his head, yeah, he's doing it. I can tell he's doing it. And the thing is, like I said, nobody wants to. I'm not trying to get IP channels canceled, but let me say something else so I can reword it. Nobody wants to stay in this country forever. Go where you're respected, go where you're loved, but also go somewhere where there is peace between you and your lady. A woman that fucking respects you. Oh, so sorry, IP, sorry. That freaking respects you. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. It slipped. My apologies. But yeah. Like I said, I already have brothers who over there who are married, who are black like ourselves, who put in the work and did it. We're the next ones on here to follow. And if you don't want to be a part of that, then don't be on this channel. But if you want to listen to all the information that's been in here, that's been passed around, check out these people's channels and really put it. And like I said, be ruthless and cutthroat. As IP says, I actually do agree with that mind state. You got to. If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And I really hate to use that analogy, but it's the truth. So that's what you got to do. That's what we got to do to get the job done, and so be it. Because trust me, like I said, I've actually, and IP doesn't know this, I've recently dropped a lot of people who were a hazard to me. I've had to. Hear me? That's the job. So, hey, listen, no offense to those people, but hey, man, they were a hazard to my health. And they were a distraction. So I got rid of the distraction. Now I'm back doing what I want to do.
I'm reading that Kamala's trying to get all buddy with crypto companies right now. Yo, crypto gonna pop off, bro. I know we've been patient, but when that bull run hits, bro, we're gonna be out of here. And we've been patient, bro. I think we've been talking about crypto for over a year now, bro. We've been patient, bro. Bro, it's all about having a plan, sticking to it, making sure you have your own goals and objectives. Think about 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What are you doing every day? What are you doing every month? Hitting the gym, right? Making sure you're studying as well. Your self improvement while you're in the West, while you're still an aspiring passport, bro. You should be self improving. You should be in the gym. You should be looking after your health, your skincare. What you eat. Studying. Keeping your mind right. Because it ain't no game here, brothers, man. It ain't no game. Self-improvement, self-improve, self-improve, self-improve. Right? And be patient. Be patient. Things don't happen instantly. But if you work towards a goal, if you're consistent, right, and if you execute, things will change. Me and Theo always speak about consistency and execution. When you start something, you do it, but you're also consistent in doing that. Is it once a week? Is it twice a week? Is it once a month? Stick to it. And before you know it, your life's changed. If you go on my Patreon right now, brothers, right, my Patreon, there's a crypto, right, that I spoke about. And if you're not part of the Patreon, I feel sorry for you, because I drop crypto and stocks intel on there on the Patreon. So go and join the Patreon over here in the live stream chat, okay? And Real knows about that crypto as well. It's popping off. If real that crypto that I think, brother, it's gonna be one of the main cryptos that will really do well. In the crypto season, right, there's always some that just do extremely well. Now, this crypto, right, that I know, I think it's just gonna go ballistic because it's got a use case. There was some approvals in that foreign country, right? It's got a new partnership, and every time the market moves, it always goes up by 20%, 30%. It always moves, and
I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yeah.
there you go, bro. And me and Ruel, right? We were speaking about that last year or in February or January.
It's one of the first ones you brought on, actually. Yep, and it's already, you know what I mean. It's been moving. Like, if you caught that, would have been up 6x, guys, and it's still solidly up 6x. But it's gonna keep going from there. I fully, not financial advice or anything, but if you've done your research, you know. If you've done your research, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where can you find that at? You're not really going to find that too much in the stock market, right? And I'm not saying not totally to divest from the stock market, but you know what I mean. If you're really looking for an area that's kind of untapped, where brothers can kind of get in on the ground floor, it's crypto, So
facts, bro, and probably what am I gonna say? And we're not even in the bull run yet. So imagine with its use case, the traffic or a lot of eyes on it, how well that coin could do in the bull run. I genuinely believe that can go 50x, bro, 50x, 40x, in the bull run. It appears to be one of those few coins that it could be the chosen one. Is that crazy for?
It's not crazy to think about and imagine, like, some of these. I just recently did a show where, like, I discovered there's a lot of crypto ETFs in ETPs in other countries already, right? Of crypto ETFs and ETPs in Germany and Switzerland, and in this little country called Jersey. That's like, it's like a little island south of France. So they already have them where they're converting euros into cryptocurrency, two of which being Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So imagine the one crypto we're talking about, imagine that being in an ETF now, right? Or in an ETP.
Damn. Brother, did you buy the dip of that particular coin?
Yeah, I did. I bought some more. I bought some more, and I got a lot. I got over 6 figures in that coin.
Flipping it, bro. What?
Of amount of coins, not just in total money, but of amount of coins. I got at least over 100,000 of those. I want more.
There you go, man. There you go, brothers. We ain't playing no games here. Shout out to Jay Bones in the building. What's up, Jay Bones? Hoping well. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Captain Cisco for the support. I'm going to Japan Tuesday. How did you get Japanese wife? Brother, go on the Patreon. There's a particular Patreon video that did with a brother who currently has a Japanese girlfriend, and he told me how he vetted her, how he found her, how to find a wife in Japan, what to look for, red flags. There's a Patreon video on there, so if you're serious about finding a Japanese wife, there's content on the Patreon. I released that in December 2023. That you definitely want to hear about finding a Japanese wife. Again, this channel, right, has helped out so many black men, and I mean, you know, I teach brothers Python. We got Theo up here that gives his wisdom, and he teaches cloud. We talk about crypto. We talk about stocks. We got explicit naughty intel on foreign chicks and how good they are in the bedroom on the Patreon. I know brothers want that, but that's on the Patreon, right? The naughty talk. You got here on the channel, basically at least over 500 hours of live streams of more than 80 countries. Right? And guess what? The questions, the content is tailored towards black men. So no one can tell me that IP don't do nothing for black men. No one can tell me that IP has not done anything for black men. If anyone tells you personally that IP don't do nothing for black men, do me a favor and backhand that mofo. I'm joking. No, I don't condone violence, but just do me a favor and check that person. Come on, bro.
IP, you want me to backhand him?
No.
I'm being funny, man. I mean, well, coming at my brother, I got to do something. But at the same time, I think the greatest victory, honestly, is us succeeding while they're failing. Let's keep it real. We'll have the gorgeous woman next to us, aka Japanese woman right next to us when we're pretty much in our like late 30s or something like that, and then we'll be prospering, making more money after that too. We won't stop. So that's how we shut them up, and just shove it in their faces for them. I have no problem with that. And guess what? Everybody, what IP saying is the most important thing you need of all, not just money. You need this. This right here, baby. This right here. I got mine in 2018, so can't nobody say, Jay, you just started. Nah. I've had it for a while.
Facts. Awesome stream so far, man. You want to see something, Brian or Ro?
I wanted to know where are you brothers in the States based currently? If you're in the States.
I'm in Scottsdale, AZ area.
Yeah, me. I'm in South Carolina. And people can, like I said, I'm in the country of Saluda right now. I mean that's the county, but yeah, I'm in Saluda. So yeah, I'm in South Carolina right now.
And so it sounds like, from my understanding, both of you have long-term aspirations outside of the States. What areas are you currently targeting? Because my father, he retired 2 years ago. Had a 20-year career in IT, and as soon as he retired, he flew himself. And this is a East African immigrant that came to the States. He flew himself right to Pattaya, and now he's living life. So yeah, I'm curious to know for you brothers, what regions, what countries do you kind of have your eyes on right now as we work to build and set up our futures?
Well, I was looking at Merida, Mexico. I was also looking at Japan. The yen's like really low right now. So you know you can get a lot of bang for your buck there. And I was also looking at Thailand as well. Yeah.
Good picks, man. So for me, obviously Japan's number one. That's actually where I want to live at and stay at forever, obviously, guys. But there's a couple other places. So I'm not gonna lie, Romania and Italy are places I plan on traveling to. And IP, you've convinced me. I actually do want to travel to Germany. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. But that means but I'm gonna have to brush up on my German, so that's another language for me to learn. But I don't mind that. But and also I want to throw another place in for you, the Philippines. That's actually one place I want to go to, because I've had a couple of my military buddies actually get married to a couple of Philippine women, but also it's the area, you know, the culture, the people over there, they're really nice. Some are Japanese. And that's kind of like where my mind is leading me towards. But to take it a step further, what you're saying in terms of like, you know, just get out of the States and things like that, I plan on purchasing some land. That's after, like I said, once I've gotten out of the States and things like that, I plan on settling myself in one of those countries. Mainly Japan is probably the biggest one, and then purchasing some land.
Awesome.
That's what I plan on doing.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Awesome. Okie dokie. This has been a great live stream. I'm tired. It's 3:48 a.m. over here. Gotta get some sleep. So, any closing statements from? Let's go with Jay first. Jay, any closing statements, bro?
The only closing statement I have is that brothers out there, if you want to get what you want to get, you got to work hard for it. And what IP said, it's not supposed to come easy and overnight. It just is what it is. You have to go through the struggles and you have to grind it out. Like I said, I'm 33 years old. I've made more progress than I thought I would ever make. Let's just keep it real. I never thought I'd be here where I'm at, but I'm getting to where I want to get to. And also, please, like I said, if you're new to this man's channel, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. As always, that helps my man IP. Be sure to check out his Patreon. I'm gonna actually hit that Patreon because I'm actually curious about what he said about Japanese women. So I gotta hear that out. What the brothers said, because there's only so much your brothers can tell you. But yeah, please do that. And also subscribe. I also say subscribe to this brother here for cryptocurrency. I will be checking out his channel as well. Because that's the avenue I want to tap into, brother. I gotta go to your first video. This is what I gotta start doing. So I got a task ahead of me to do that. But with that being said, listen, every brother out there, work hard, study. I got some studying to do in the morning. I got to go to the gym. And, hey, man, I got to keep working. It is what it is, man. Like I said, the only time I will get to myself is when I travel. That's what it's going to be. With that being said, y'all have a great night. And IP, please get some sleep, brother. You do great work, man, but your health is important, man. And you already did a stream on this about health. But like I said, you do great work, bro. Just get that sleep, man. It's important. Don't ignore it.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Take it easy, Jay. Mr. Brian, do you have any closing statements?
Yeah, man. Just keep supporting the movement. Like, subscribe. When you have the extra resources, Cash App. This brother's doing big things for the community. Subscribe to his brother above as well, Black Roost, his channel. I'm about to do that as soon as I get off of this live stream. See what he knows that I don't know, how I can tap in, support what he's doing, and hopefully gain some wisdom. Guys, I said it earlier. There's no reparations coming. There are no handouts coming. We got to build ourselves up, build a community where everyone has something to contribute to continue building the mountain. That's the only way forward. But with that's all I really have to say. But always a pleasure, IP. Pleasure meeting you too as well, brother. Again, gonna support the channel and hope to speak with you both again soon.
Thank you, man. Take it easy, bro. Okay.
Take care, brother.
All right. Peace. Thank you, Brian. Mr. Ruel, any closing statements?
Yes, if you guys do come over, check out the playlist first, because when my channel started, it was mostly about stocks. It migrated into crypto. Yeah, guys, crypto is a very good thing for brothers, I believe. IP shares that belief. Just come over to the channel. If you have any questions, you can also DM me on Twitter at BlackRoo, or X, Twitter X. And thank you for having me, IP. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing all the links around. Appreciate you, brother.
Awesome, brothers. Make sure you check out the channel Black Roo, as you can see there on the screen. Black Roo. Go on the link. The crypto intel there is immense. Check it out. Subscribe to it. Like I said, the next year or so will be big for crypto. If you miss out, you miss out. Don't say that IP didn't tell you, Black Roo didn't tell you. So go and check out the channel. You need to, get into crypto. Again, we're not financial advisors here. You gotta do what you want, but check out the channel. Thank you, Black Roo. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Take it easy, brother. All right, shout out to Pooh in the building. Thank you, Pooh, for the support. Much appreciated, bro. Remember, black men have the odds stacked against them. We can win anywhere by outworking the field. I got a team of Korean women. Let's go. Shout out to Pooh. Fantastic, man. You got a team of Korean. Let's go. He's got a team of Korean chicks. That's what we want to see, man. Shout out to Pooh, man. Thank you very much for the support. Much appreciated. Okie dokie. So it is almost 4 a.m. over here in the UK. I'm running out of Duracell batteries, and I'm extremely tired. I am not a young man anymore, so I gotta get my sleep. Okay. So thank you very much for the support, brothers. It's been greatly appreciated. Let's keep thriving. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep being focused, and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Let's see over here. Why did that change? Yeah. Okay. So any streams tomorrow? I'm not too sure, but of course, I'll see you, brothers, for the Passport Bro show again with Theo. That should be that should be very interesting. Okay. Yeah, so make sure you watch out. Don't miss that. We're gonna have another interesting topic to speak about. Shout out to Theo. That's a bro right there, the legend. We appreciate and thank Theo for what he does for the community. And shout out to all you brothers. Thank you for the support. You know who you are. Those who hit the super chat, those who hit the support, is greatly appreciated. I don't have Cash App. I've only got PayPal. So if you want to support me via PayPal, here's a link. Thank you, Brian, or anyone. There's a PayPal link if you want to send a donation via PayPal. That'll be greatly appreciated. Okay. You guys know that Cash App is closing down in the UK. Yeah, Cash App is officially closing down in the UK. This is what I'm talking about. Cash App to exit UK. So it appears that Cash App will only be for Americans. So yeah, no Cash App over here. So yeah. So thank you for a great stream. There's a this is interesting. That's a nice dip. That's a crazy dip. we got to speak about this particular asset. All right, brothers, look after yourself, yeah? Okay. And I'll see you, brothers, on the next video. All right, peace. All right, what's going on here? What's everyone? All right, let me check the chat. Let's see. Let's see. All right, okay. Peace, yeah? Take it easy.